Now, another left-leaning mayor, this one of Tucson, is that how I pronounce it, in Arizona, Regina Romero, says she's going to do everything she can to stop mass deportations. She says they're cruel.
I am deeply troubled by President-elect Trump's plans for mass deportation. I believe they are cruel and immoral. I will work with our police chief to make sure that our focus remains on protecting and serving Tucsonans. I am unwavering in my commitment to this fight.
Kosha, what do these mayors not understand about elections having consequences? Donald Trump has a clear mandate when it comes to deportations. It wasn't a secret. It was a major policy platform. And he's won. He's won everything. He's won the House. He's won the popular vote. He's won the presidency. Exactly what are they?
And his approval rating is high, and support for this issue in particular has only trended in one direction. And something like 70% of Americans support some version or some quantum of mass deportations. I think what they're going for is they know that they can flout the mandate and the law and all of this, as they have done for the past 40 years in varying degrees, and especially in his first administration, he was met with similar opposition. They're doing it right now. The mayor of Denver came out last week. She's come out now. So they're basically pointing to the sanctuary cities that they run or states, and they're saying, you know, we don't support it. Let's see what you're going to do. And the number one question on everybody's mind is this time going to be different? Where, you know, Trump did a little bit last time, but he didn't go scorched earth. Yeah. And will he this time? Given that the public sentiment is on his side, and he's much more emboldened, I think, given the mandate that he's received.
And given the person who's put in charge of that particular area, I think it is going to be scorched earth. Could it be a strategy here for Republicans to say, OK, you want to be a sanctuary city, you want to be a sanctuary state, fine. The illegal immigrants can move there, and in the other states where they are going to cooperate, we're not going to have this issue. I mean, could that be a strategy you employ? It says you vote for these policies,
you live by them, and cutting funding, federal funding for sanctuary states. And there are definitely levers, for sure. They need the political will and the spine to fight people like this, to fight the media, to reframe the issue. And let's hope that this time the team is much more equipped to do so.
But of course, longer term, you would imagine the Democrats have plans to have a path to citizenship fast-tracked for a lot of these. And we're talking about millions upon millions of people, and they're counting that they're going to be voting Democrats for the foreseeable future. Yep. They may be wrong, but that's what they're hoping for. Now, let's talk about this story. This is incredible. A story about DEI training, a study that looked into its impact, was supposed to be published by the New York Times and Bloomberg, but they reportedly decided not to publish the story after the results of the study went very differently to what they imagined. The study, in fact, found that DEI policies, we're talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI training actually makes people see prejudice where it does not exist. It results in increased hostility, promotes agreement with extreme rhetoric, such as adapted Adolf Hitler quotes. This is incredible. This is what we're talking about, because a lot of this so-called affirmative action, reverse racism, it's just racism. It's just an obsession with race and giving certain privileges to people for things that they have no control over, whether it's their gender, their ethnicity, or their sexual orientation.
Yes, and on top of that, it's like an $8 billion industry, this whole DEI complex. People like Ibram X. Kendi and Robin DiAngelo have become multi-millionaires off this industry and the solutions that they purport to do it. Half the American workers have had to take some form of training in HR departments about this stuff. So at best, it's a complete and utter waste of productivity and value in these companies. And at worst, it's something more sinister, like you're saying, that it's actually priming people in a negative way. So not only is it a waste, but it's making people focus on things that they otherwise wouldn't have. And I think that blind taste test in this study, where they were taking passages from Hitler and changing out people, is fascinating. And some enterprising podcaster should go and do a whole bit on that, because I think it would go viral.
That was incredible. This study is, we could talk about it for an hour. Some of the insights are incredible. Kosha Gada, thanks so much for your time tonight.